All right. What is going on, everybody? What is going on? It is your boy, Thought Process, better known as Doggish 5150. About to get back at this dumb motherfucker here, man. When I tell y'all I hate this motherfucker, I hate this motherfucker. And I usually don't say I hate motherfuckers, but I don't like this nigga. I don't. So every chance I get and every time I see one of his videos, I'm gonna try to hate this nigga. Just like I'm gonna explain to y'all the reason why I hate this nigga in every single video. Because like I said, I started watching this motherfucker like I wanna say 2 years ago. And you know what I'm saying? And the nigga was saying some real shit that I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's some dope shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Finally, a nigga with some sense, yo. This is what I'm thinking in my head. Like, this motherfucker got some sense. And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, I start seeing funny shit happening. And so I was like, man, fuck, I ain't finna watch this shit. This shit some corny shit. And so I stumbled back upon this motherfucker. And nigga, he didn't flip the whole script. Now this nigga got like 6 bitches in the house. Like 7 to 8 dumbass niggas with him. And these niggas is praising this nigga like he a fucking god or some kind of king or something. And then this nigga get on here and talk like he's so goddamn tough and shit. And motherfuckers run around talking about they got AIDS, or they got herpes, and you know what I'm saying, like all kind of motherfucking crazy ass shit. He talking about he can heal shit, and he the master teacher. Man, when I heard that, when he changed his name, when I heard he changed his motherfucking name, that's when I was like, yo, this bitch ass nigga, this nigga got to go. He got to go. Chief, motherfucker? Master, chief, teacher, whatever the fuck he call himself. But anyway, let's get to the motherfucking story at hand. Oh yeah, first I want to say shout out to the T. I'm sorry. I be having to use y'all videos, bro. They here. I'm using them motherfuckers. I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? My channel can't even get monetization, so y'all shouldn't even be worried about it. But if you is, just let me know, man. I see what I can do. But anyway, this nigga right here. Now this Jamaican dude trying to tell this motherfucker. He telling this nigga facts. I mean, these is facts. Like, I don't read like books and shit like that. I mean, I'll read a book if it's something that I need to tune my fucking mind to. You feel what I'm saying? But I use my goddamn brain, bro. That's what the fuck I got this bitch for. And see, motherfuckers don't like my, you know what I'm saying, my articulation, like, cause I don't, you know, I ain't word tight, you know what I'm saying, and that's probably why I need to read. But I don't give a fuck about all that shit. My point is that I use my goddamn brain. I use my brain. That's what the fuck I got it for. You know what I'm saying? If I load whatever the fuck I need to load in it, and then I use my brain to work with it. So you know what I'm saying, like. So first of all, this Jamaican motherfucker is spitting some real facts to this motherfucker that I never really even looked at any of that shit like that. Now here this nigga Nature Boy, this is why I don't like this motherfucker. Because every time somebody comes to this motherfucker to say something that makes total sense to even 20 fucking people, 60 people, this motherfucker will go and try to outsmart this shit with the dumbest shit ever. Yo, a 5-year-old can come up with shit better than this motherfucker. I swear to God. But that's not even, you know what I'm saying, that's not it. He got other issues. But that's not what we're going to talk about right now. We're going to go ahead and let this motherfucker, so y'all can hear what this Jamaican motherfucker say to this nigga, and listen to this dumbass shit that this nigga Nature Boy tell me, I don't understand that. I don't understand. You dumb motherfucker, man. I swear this is the dumbest motherfucker that I've ever seen in my motherfucking life, yo. Like, and then got the nerve to claim he fucking smart. Jesus Christ. Fuck it. If he's smart, then shit, I'm the smartest. If that's the case.
What I've understood on my journey is that separation is an illusion, and the mind is the body. The mind is, we are the mind. We are, all is mental. The first Hermetic principle states this, that we are all, that everything is mental. Yeah.
I mean, I get what you're saying. That's one school of teaching. You got to understand there's many systems before one particular system. So it's like, even though it say that,
I'm trying to understand your definition of what a mind is.
Well, what a mind is, just like how you got an arm, you got arms, you got legs, you got a head, you got a heart. The mind is just a member of the whole totality of what you is. But
Okay, so what is the mind then? You know, is it the arm? Is it the leg?
The mind is what accepts thoughts. The mind is the basically the processor that basically can be programmed to operate you. So basically, there's something that has the power to reject whatever the mind accepts. Meaning that simply means you could ignore your mind and still function. And be in total, you could be in total oneness by ignoring your mind.
What?
Yeah, I mean, go ahead. I'm just saying. I mean, I'm trying to go.
I can't even start to grasp the argument because I don't know your definition of a mind. You haven't.
Now you hear this dumbass shit. Now, a 10-year-old can understand what the Jamaican man's saying. You know what I'm saying? You got your fingers. You got your arms. You can move all of these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? By yourself. Like you don't need you need your mind to send the message to the muscles and shit. You know what I'm saying? But you don't control that part. You feel what I'm saying? Your mind don't fucking, you know what I'm saying? Your mind don't want to, I don't want to say it. Don't tell you what to fuck to do. You feel what I'm saying? Your mind just gives you the option, you know what I'm saying, of what to fuck to do. So if a bus is coming, motherfucker, your mind don't tell you to watch the fuck out. Your mind just relays the motherfucking message, you know what I'm saying, to your goddamn body. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to actually see the goddamn bus, motherfucker, to react to it. Otherwise, if you don't see it, your mind can't motherfucking react to it, which means your ass is about to get ran the fuck over, nigga, and it's over with. But this motherfucker talking about he don't understand the concept because he don't understand what his definition of a mind is. A mind is just a tool, man. It's a tool just like your eyeballs, just like your motherfucking hand. It needs other shit to motherfucking operate. It can't operate just by its damn self. If you just had a mind without no motherfucking body to it, what would it be? It would just be a thought, wouldn't it? It'd just be a motherfucking pointless thought. Because it don't have nothing to fucking relay the fucking message to. So like he said, you know what I'm saying, when you say, oh well, you know what I'm saying, the mind is one, no, the mind can't be your fucking body. The mind can't be you. You know what I'm saying? Your mind have to be something separate than what you are. If the mind was you, you know what I'm saying, then everybody would be doing dumb shit. Everybody would be just like this motherfucker right here, because he think with his goddamn body, with his dumb ass. He think with his dickhead ass. You know what I'm saying? That's what's wrong with this nigga. He ain't got no goddamn brain. Look at his head. His head too motherfucking small to fit a fucking brain in there. You probably fit some motherfucking pea, maybe a piece of corn, motherfucker, a booger. I don't know, but you ain't getting no brain up in this little ugly ass. Oh, I hate this motherfucker, man. Let's
give you a distinct definition.
Well, as I said to you, a mind is basically a processor with thoughts. Thoughts has to go through something, just like how you got the subconscious mind and the conscious mind. Right. This is the process of what thoughts goes through. This is what protects you from basically it helps you either push yourself forward or pull yourself back. So basically, the mind just actually accepts thoughts. That's all it does. But what I'm trying to say to you is there's something that is greater, that literally, if you're thinking something, if you're in full awareness or in oneness with the all, you can literally look at your mind processing something. If you really silence yourself or get to that level of oneness where you are not affected by anything. Meaning, what I'm trying to say to you is, if a thought come to you and you're at the point, like somebody could say something about me, and I could literally ignore what they say completely, and it doesn't affect me. But what I'm trying to say to you, that's not the mind that does that. The mind is what basically pops it in front of you. It displays it in front of you. And you have the option to let the mind know that I'm not dealing with this today.
So you say that we are the observer and we're not the mind?
No. Because you got to understand is, even if you look for the concept of...
And then this bitch ass nigga always fucking eating. Like, he always eating in the goddamn crib. Like, don't nobody want to see your horse mouth ass nigga eating. What the fuck he eating? Peanuts? He eating peanuts or some shit? Like, man, like, don't nobody want to see that shit, bro. And, like, he already in denial. Like, he ain't even trying to hear. Like, anybody who get on this motherfucking Instagram, either you gotta listen to this motherfucker, and that's what most people do. They just listen to this motherfucker. Like, he act like he don't have to accept anything that anybody say, and that's like I said, that's another reason why I don't like this motherfucker, man. He's one of them non-receptive ass motherfucking people. You know what I'm saying? And for him to be claiming all of the shit that he claim he is, and claim that he study all of the shit that he study, for him not to be a motherfucking receptor, man, like I said, this is some fucking bullshit, bro. This is some bullshit. And like I said, he don't take nothing in. I don't even think he take water in, because the motherfucker look like he get blacker by the motherfucking minute. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit is some ridiculous ass shit, bro. And another thing I wanted to...
Projection. So, if something is projected...
So we're not the mind. What you're saying is that...
Smacking and shit.
The law of all is mental does not apply.
No, it's not a fact, because all can be mental. Mental is just a part of all. Everything is a part of the total. Just like you got a lion.
You said all is not mental.
Huh?
You said all is not mental.
No.
Oh.
Mental is a choice. Mental is mind. Mind is a choice. Mind is something that make you do something, meaning you have the choice not to allow your mind. Like, literally, I could sit here and my mind could be telling me that I need to go to the bathroom, and I could say to my mind, I'm not moving, because I'm in control of you, not you in control of me. The mind is like a child.
Just simple and sweet, just like that.
But your mind can say, I want to go to the bathroom, and you could say, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
Now, what the fuck is so goddamn funny about that? I don't understand what this nigga think is so damn funny about this shit. I mean, literally, I mean, that's exactly how the shit works. Your mind tell you, motherfucker, hey, you gotta get your ass up and go to work. It's 6 o'clock, nigga. What do? Nigga, you hit that snooze button, don't you? You damn right you hit that snooze button, motherfucker, and be like 5 minutes, nigga, before you late for work. You know what I'm saying? When you got a shit, motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? If you in the car and your mind be like, yo, you got a shit, nigga, you gonna step on that gas. You ain't gonna shit on yourself just cause your mind tell you that you got the shit on yourself. But no, this motherfucker just don't seem to gain the goddamn concept. Just like this nigga, and he doing it right now. Just like this motherfucker ain't listening to this motherfucker, and he telling his ass. He telling his ass, and this nigga is just like, he just got his brain shut off. This nigga think this shit funny, like, you know what I'm saying? And he like I said, this nigga know more than him. He should be in his spot. He should be doing what the fuck he doing. Cause the shit that Nature Boy doing is some fucking bullshit. Some piss poor fucking bullshit. And motherfuckers in the comment talking about, then you'll piss on yourself. You'll piss on yourself. So what he's saying is, listen to how dumb this shit is. How dumb these motherfuckers in the comments. Then you'll piss on yourself. So if I'm sitting here right now and I gotta piss, my brain done already told me that I gotta pee, and I sit here and I talk to y'all for 15 more motherfucking minutes, right? To where, you know what I'm saying, like now, you know what I'm saying, like I gotta hold my pee, you know what I'm saying, like, yo, your brain then already gave you the motherfucking message. Now everything is up to you, motherfucker. It ain't, yo, you pissed yourself. When you say you pissed yourself, you pissed yourself. Your brain didn't piss yourself. When your brain pissed yourself is when your brain is dead. And ain't sending no motherfucking messages to your goddamn dick, goddammit, that piss is coming to that motherfucker. Period. So at the end of the day, I don't understand how this nigga don't understand this goddamn concept. I don't understand how these motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, like, Like, they just dumb. They dumb. I don't understand how you it's simple that your brain your brain can't do shit without you, and you can't do shit without your goddamn brain. You know what I'm saying? But your brain tells you shit that you then have to utilize. Your brain ain't gonna do it for you, motherfucker. Whoever thought some shit into existence, motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, you don't think that piece of paper can move, and it moves, motherfucker. You have to actually move the fucking piece of paper. And any motherfucker who be talking about, oh yeah, I seen somebody move something with the witchcraft and all this other bullshit, you full of shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never seen nobody move a goddamn thing with their eyes, their nose, or nothing without touching that shit. Never. Not without no motherfucking magnetic bullshit, you know what I'm saying, going on. Ever. I don't believe in motherfucking magic, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I believe in the fact that people might think shit into existence, into some kind of form. Like say if I say, I want a job, you know what I'm saying? I think I can get a job, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll eventually, when you get that job, you can call that thinking it into existence. But you can't be like, you know what I'm saying? I think your brain is not going to tell you you're going to get a job today. You know what I'm saying? Without you getting up and doing shit. Your brain is not going to just be like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? Jobs.com is in your email right now without you being on fucking jobs.com and filling out a goddamn application. You know what I'm saying? Your brain just don't fucking, it don't work like that. You know what I'm saying? All these motherfuckers on it's a motherfucker that can think, that can make people with his fucking mind. You can't make nobody with your mind, man. It's everything that has been, will always fucking be. When you make a motherfucker with your dick and your pussy, that's what motherfuckers do. Man make babies with his dick, you know what I'm saying? And women they create, you know what I'm saying? Or man create babies with his dick, women have babies with their pussy. That's how people get here. And I mean, hell, you look at it in every motherfucking, and don't look down the line. Dogs, cats, motherfucking birds, bees, all that motherfucking shit, yo. They fucking, they had kids. It's the only other thing on this planet that fucking self-reproduces a bug. You ain't got no motherfuckers that just, you know what I'm saying, that's just pregnant just because. So like I said, motherfuckers need to stop that bullshit, man, and get rid of this nigga Nature Boy, man, because he full of shit. If you can't listen to motherfuckers when they telling you something, you know what I'm saying, then how the fuck is you in the position that you in, yo? How do you got people even listening to you, you know what I'm saying? Would these be called the motherfucking sheeple that people be talking about, like the sheep? Motherfuckers just, they just go wherever the fuck, you know what I'm saying, all the rest of them motherfuckers go? It's gotta be. This whole ass nigga, man.
Yo. Yeah, I like you, man. All right. I can't argue that. That's your perspective, man. That's funny to me because you really believe that okay. You don't believe that that's your mind? That's a different aspect of your mind? Talking to your mind?
No, because the reason why I cannot believe that, because I'm literally absorbing my mind, literally trying to go through all these different things that's going on. Even you laughing just now, the mind would love to react. But I have so much control over the mind that I didn't even react when you was laughing out. To some people, it would have been offensive, but I literally watched in my mind.
I think it's funny because it's like, you really believe this stuff, but hey, I don't want to, I'm sorry if I offended you by laughing. I laugh because, if I offended your mind, that part of you, your mind. But you said that's not you. Your mind, you saying that your mind, that part.
That's the reason why that I'm trying to say to you, the all that's in I is not offended. The mind will be offended. If I was my mind,
let me ask you this: is the mind a part of you?
Yes, it's just like my hand. It's just like my arm. It's an accessory that I could use.
Okay, so the mind is a part of you.
That could be used. Yeah.
Your statement was that we are not the mind.
No.
And we not. We not the mind. Listen, if we was the mind, the whole world would be, you know what I'm saying, like in control of itself. You know what I'm saying? Like people would be in control of, you know what I'm saying, like more of the shit that's wrong. You feel what I'm saying? Like all of the shit that's wrong. If we were the mind, see, the mind don't work like that. Your mind and my mind, you know what I'm saying, they all work in unison because that's all one world. My thought process is the same as your thought process. Nothing different. Nothing differentiates that in between. Nothing is different from that besides the fact that you're who you are and I'm who I am. But the mind, you know what I'm saying, works as one motherfucking unit, goddamn it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And when I'm thinking of something, when I relay that shit from my motherfucking mouth to your goddamn ears, goddamn it, and then it goes into your motherfucking mind, like I said, that process begins to all over again. That whole thought process begins all over again. You yourself, you know what I'm saying, have to be different than the motherfucking mind to create something different than what the fuck your mind has already fucking created. If your mind thinks of something, then you have to fucking do it. You know what I'm saying? If you tell me something, you know what I'm saying, I can't do it until you tell me to do it. You know what I'm saying? Until your mind tells your mouth to say the words to me, motherfucker, you can't, I can think, you can think. When you start talking is when my brain starts, when I start listening. Then your shit comes into my motherfucking brain. Then my brain starts to fucking think. But without that motherfucking mouth, without you being able to say shit, that's why words and shit is not what the fuck your thoughts is. You ever was sitting there talking to somebody and said some shit that your motherfucking mind was thinking, but it didn't mean to come the fuck out of your mouth? Do you know why that happens? Because your mind is something totally separate. Once that shit processes in your goddamn brain and leaves your brain, you cannot fucking take that shit back. It's not that you can't take it back. Well, you can't. Once it's through there, nigga. That shit it's coming out, yo. It's coming out. That's why the brain is the processor. That's why the brain processes all of that motherfucking shit, you know what I'm saying, so quick that you can't even fucking think about this shit. It does, like I said, it's separate. It's totally separate than what the fuck you are. It's totally separate than what the I mean, not separate. Let me change my words. It's not separate, but it's a whole different entity than you can say, you know what I'm saying, like, oh, well, my brain controls every motherfucking thing that I do. So when he said, you know what I'm saying, like, your brain is everything, like, your brain can't be every motherfucking thing. It can't be. Like, you know what I'm saying, like, your brain and my brain is the same goddamn thing. You can't do nothing without your brain that I can't do. Your brain thinks the same motherfucking way my fucking brain do. I mean, when I say, like, it thinks the same, like, you can tell me the same motherfucking shit and my brain is going to process the shit and do what it has to do, you know what I'm saying, just like your goddamn brain. The only thing that's going to be different from that is what the fuck you say. What the fuck your brain processed to come out your goddamn mouth. That's the only goddamn thing that's different. So did you just use your brain to say all of this dumbass shit? Did I just use my brain to say all this dumbass shit? No. I didn't use my brain to say all this dumbass shit. I used my motherfucking mouth. Now, my brain processed all the shit for it to come out in, you know, in words that you can understand, I guess, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, like I said, you know what I'm saying, how the fuck can you know what I'm saying, how can he say that your brain is not, you know what I'm saying, a separate function than what the fuck, you know what I'm saying, you are? I don't understand this nigga Nature Boy. Cause I mean, I understand what the Jamaican dude's saying, and it do sound crazy. It do sound crazy, but it's the, like, it's true. It's true. Like, I don't understand this shit.
No, you said all is mental. You're trying to say that we are our mind. That means the mind, everything is the mind. And I'm trying to say to you, in my words, is your mind is a member, just like your arm, your leg, your art is just a member of your existence.
All is mental, man. All is mental.
I mean, that's a concept that you could go by, but what I'm trying to say to you, all is mental.
It's not a concept, bro. That's facts. I can prove it.
That's not facts. That cannot be fact.
It is a fact.
No, it's only a fact when you basically you literally want to use mental for basically just for the physical realm. Because that's what mental is. When you're talking about the total of what's literally controlling you, then basically it goes beyond the mind.
The physical realm is the spirit realm.
Well, spirit, that couldn't make sense as much as you're saying it, because you and I know you're intelligent enough to know that spirit is just a breath. It's just a thing that keep us going. That's why I'm trying to say to you, everything can be the mind, because if spirit is breath, which is wind, that means without wind, the mind can't function. That means there's something outside of the mind.
But what is wind?
Hmm?
What is wind?
Wind is spirit, which is breath. This is what give us life.
Yeah, but
You
what is
can
that?
oxygen.
What is that? But what is it?
Huh?
But what is it?
That's what I'm trying to say to you. That's what make you live. That's what's in you. That's what comes in
What
you.
I'm saying is, what is spirit? What is it?
It's a breath. It's wind. It's what gives life.
And I'm asking you, what is a breath? What is it?
The breath is what you take in to make your oxygen. Just like you have a car, you need fuel for your car. Right. That's what the breath is. You need it to live. So that's what I'm trying to say. Huh?
What is it?
It's fuel to make you live. It's just like you got the gasoline for your car. You got just like perfect example. If you're in the tropics, you probably getting the best grade of oxygen, while somebody that is in a polluted atmosphere might be getting like a low grade of oxygen. But the point that I'm trying to make to you, for you to get the point, is this: the mind can be everything if there's something that literally the mind need to function. Because if you try to stop your breath and don't breathe, your mind doesn't work anymore. It literally is fighting to get. So what I'm trying to say to you, your mind is reaching out for something that is external. And this is something that is proven, is factual.
Okay. I think I'm understanding your concept of the mind now. Now I'm downloading, because I need to download your concept to talk to you, because everybody has their perspective on things, and you're using certain words to describe what you're trying to say. And I don't want to get stuck in vocabulary when we're talking back and forth with each other. So sure. I want to get your understanding, which seems to be a subjective understanding of what the mind is. And from what I'm thinking, you're saying the mind is our consciousness.
No, consciousness is a new word. Okay. Consciousness is new.
All right. Hey, from what I'm grasping, what you're saying is that the mind is consciousness and we are subconscious. But I could be wrong.
No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying to you is the mind, as you're talking about consciousness, you would say subconscious and consciousness, meaning that subconsciousness and consciousness is a processing state. So the mind is a process. So in order for the mind to function, something got to go within the subconscious. The subconscious hold on to it, then it sends it to the mind. Then the observer that is in control of all of the members will literally determine if the mind going to accept it or reject it. If the observer is not in control or not disciplined enough, that's when the mind goes on autopilot. That's when you lose control of the mind and thoughts take you over. Because if you understand what thoughts is, then you will understand that thoughts are a spirit that's looking for a body to live in. Just like how you got breath, you got wind, these are literally entities that literally using your avatar, which was assigned to you, to basically function within this reality.
Okay.
So
let's get this. I have to get the basics first. So you still haven't explained to me what the mind is.
I just did. I told you it's a process.
It's a processor for what? Thought?
Yeah.
Okay. So who is thinking? The observer?
The observer is the one that watching everything. That's supposed to be in control.
So the observer, let me get this right, because I got to get your concept right.
Sure.
So the observer is using the mind to think.
No, the observer is not using the mind to think.
Okay.
The mind is picking up thoughts. Just like if you turn your Wi-Fi on, your Wi-Fi is going to pick up signal. But that doesn't mean the thing that is picking up the signal is the Wi-Fi. It's just accepting it. I'm just giving you concept, not just to get an idea where I'm going. So what the observer is, huh?
Hold
Repeat
on,
that?
bro. Hold on, bro. So the observer is not the mind. I'm
No,
trying to understand I'm trying to understand your mind, right? Because what I'm hearing you saying is that you are not the mind, you are the observer.
Yes.
So you just separated the mind from the observer.
No, I did not separate it. They're all, the mind is just a member of the...
This motherfucker, man. See how he trying to just pick through all of the shit that this motherfucker is saying. And I don't even think, Jamaicans talk, they talk short and sweet. Like, I think that Jamaicans put shit in so short of a fucking conversation, man. Like, they got the shortest conversation ever in the way that they talk. And I think, I don't know if it's me. It might just be me that think this way. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, he is explaining this shit to this nigga Nature Boy, like Nature Boy is 2 years old, and literally Nature Boy is 30 something. I guess I don't know how old this motherfucker is, but you know what I'm saying. He 30 something, and he's sitting there acting like he don't hear nothing he's saying. Why can't you just let this man have his up one? I mean, you know what I'm saying. Like this, what he's saying is facts. Yes. I'm gonna say that I believe what the fuck the Jamaican dude's saying, man. For one, now like I said, your eyes and your brain is one. Like that it needs one or the other. You know what I'm saying? One or the other to function, right? So you take a blind person, right, who just has a mind at this point. We'll say because he don't have no eyes, right, to see anything. Does this mean that he can't develop a picture in his head? You know what I mean? I mean, you've never seen yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just think like that. Like, close your eyes and say that you never seen yourself. So you don't know, you know what I'm saying, what it looks like. But you can touch it. Right? So, this means that your eyes aren't connected to your motherfucking brain at this point. Doesn't mean that, you know what I'm saying, you can't touch something and know what it is. You understand what I'm saying? So the same way a blind person, and they put braille out for him to touch it, you know what I'm saying? Yes, his fingers needs his brain to function. You know what I mean? But it's a whole separate motherfucking option, you know what I'm saying, when you have eyes and you got hands. When you got eyes and you got hands, you know what I'm saying, you see shit. You say to yourself, you know what I'm saying, like, yo, you know what I'm saying, like, I better not touch that shit, you know what I'm saying? Your brain already has it already in your brain, motherfucker, that you not supposed to motherfucking touch it, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how the fucking brain works. Your brain does its own motherfucking shit. You take your brain and turn it on when the fuck you need to turn it on. When you need to think about it, you ever thought about, think about this. When you got to think about something, when you be like sitting there and you talking to somebody and you be like, man, what's such and such name? What's such and such name? This is when you go to your brain to activate your brain. Other than that, motherfucker, your brain is on fucking autopilot. Like you said, everything you do is voluntary. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the shit that you want to... it's not voluntary. It's the shit that you want to fucking do. You know what I'm saying? Your brain doesn't... You tell yourself, you know what I'm saying, that you thirsty. This the difference between being a baby and being a fucking adult. When you a baby, your brain don't fucking do shit. Your brain don't do shit. It don't tell you when to fucking eat, sleep, piss, shit, all that shit. And they don't tell you nothing, you know what I'm saying? It don't tell the baby none of that shit. The baby just pissing shit on his motherfucking self. This is how you know that the brain is a separate motherfucking tool. And until you access it, until you can gain access to it. This is why they have retarded kids. because retarded kids can't gain access to their motherfucking brain. You have to gain access to this motherfucker. It's like a goddamn lock, a safe, motherfucker. You have to know the code. And if you don't know the motherfucking code, if you don't find out the code by a certain age, then you deemed retarded or slow or some shit like that. Not saying that you no different human than anybody else, but I'm just saying I don't understand how this motherfucker don't understand this motherfucking concept. I don't understand how anybody wouldn't understand this concept. You access your brain when you need to think about shit. You access your brain when you taking a test. You know what I'm saying? When you taking a test, you accessing your fucking brain. But see, if you study, you access the brain and you study and you put all of that shit in your brain. You know what? You don't have to fucking think about it, you know what I'm saying, when you go to put the shit down on motherfucking paper. But if you don't study, motherfucker, or if you half-ass study, guess what you gotta do? You gotta access that motherfucking brain. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to access your brain anymore to have to pee. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to access your brain for that. Your brain already done told you had to piss. Now it's up to you. Just like I said, and just in any other thought, motherfucker, your brain be like, shit, send a message through your whole goddamn body. Ooh, that shit go right to your stomach. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Now, your brain didn't tell you hungry. Your brain didn't tell you that. That's not what the fuck your brain did. Your brain sent messages to what it can fucking relate to. And what do it relate to? It relate to your goddamn stomach. It relate to your stomach. It don't make you say you hungry. You say that you hungry. And after a while, you know what I'm saying? Like, you going to go get you something to eat. And after a while, if you don't go get you something to motherfucking eat, then your brain is going to go get you something to fucking eat. Now, do you understand? Y'all understand what this man is saying now? Well, I hope the people that watched it understood what the fuck he's saying. But that's what the fuck it means. Like, yo, you can't. This motherfucking nature boy, man, I swear, man, this motherfucker will try to fucking maneuver his way through any and every fucking hole he can fucking weasel through just to try to make somebody else not right. And I don't understand this motherfucker. That's why I do not like this motherfucker nature boy. Yo, I don't like you, nigga.
Physical of everything that's going on.
So it's a member. That means that it is it. You cannot be a member.
It's a part. Just like the word member meaning it's multiple things that combine together. Just like how you got family member and we all connected, but that don't mean that we don't all have individual function.
Are you a Scorpio?
Me, no, I'm a Leo. I'm a full blood Leo.
Okay, you complicating a lot of shit.
No, I'm not. It's simple. It's real. Okay. I'm telling you, it's really simple.
Okay, let me get this right.
What I'm trying to say to you, everything is an experience. And what experience is basically whatever you basically turns your attention to, or whatever you put you allow whatever thoughts you make to come alive become the experience.
Okay, so what you're saying, let me get this right because I'm trying to understand your mind so that I can have an argument. I can't have an argument with somebody until I understand their mind. So I'm trying to grasp your mind completely now.
Sure,
you're saying to me that the mind is a component of the observer.
Of the thing that the observer is using as a tool. So the body is what carrying that the observer used to do whatever.
Whoa. Slow down. You're saying that the observer has a mind.
Oh.
That's what you said.
I never said that's what. No, let me break it down for you so you can get it.
Oh my God, bro.
No, let me break it.
See, let me break it down.
No, let me break it. It's simple. I'm gonna break it down simple for you. I'm gonna start by step, right?
No,
so
man.
You understand?
No, man. You don't understand what you're saying, man.
No, I do understand what I'm saying, and I fully grasp what I'm saying. And this is simple. It's very simple. All I'm saying to you, if you want me to explain it to you again, I could explain it to you. Okay? The body is a vehicle that is transporting what's within it. There's many things within the body that is members of the body. There is something that is literally in control of everything, which is the observer. This thing, if you are literally disciplined enough and in one with the all, you can literally see your thoughts. You literally can basically experience everything and see it as it goes along. But there's a process where if you don't realize that your mind is a processor, you basically will allow anything to go in your mind, and your mind will just, your subconscious will just literally push it to your conscious. Then you become predictable. That's why we got in astrology, because astrology can only predict the mind. It cannot predict what the total is. You cannot calculate the all. If you could calculate the mind, because you could predict a person's behavior by their mind. But if you should calculate what the all is, which is everything, the observer, it doesn't have a size, it doesn't have a weight, it doesn't have a look. You cannot see it, you cannot touch it. You just know that it's there.
Okay, so let me put it like this. Maybe this is another way to get it. Are you saying that the observer is God and that the mind is the ego?
Ego is the identity. Anything that has a title is created. Just like when
you gotta be kidding me, God.
No, anything that
you gotta be kidding me.
What I'm trying to say to you, you see, what is the all cannot be labeled.
You gotta be kidding me, yo.
Listen, what I'm trying to say to you, the all cannot be labeled. That's why they try to give everything a separate name. They will call this leg, they will call this arm, they will call this brain. This is the reason why this is, because the all cannot be measured or labeled.
Okay, so let's say that the all is God for the other observers' minds, so that they can kind of grasp what the hell you're saying. Let's make it so everybody understands you, dude. Okay? Let's
I think I do.
So that people can connect
I don't understand
to you.
what the fuck
you have
you
to
saying,
meet people
bitch.
where they're at. So you have to be able to explain yourself simply so that everybody can understand. And there's still going to be people that don't understand, but most will grasp what you're saying. Let's articulate ourselves for real here. You're saying that the observer is God. You're saying that the mind is the ego. That is the part that comes down to be an individual of God, simultaneously being God, which is the all. The mind is the individual that comes down as an ego that makes them think of themselves as an ego. And the observer is the all, that which we all are, that is always running in the background, which is really, truly the subconscious mind. The actual ego is the conscious mind. Now we can play ball. Now we can talk. But you making everything complicated, dude. That's simple. That's simple.
No, I did not.
You making it complex. You saying, and then here's what you're saying. Oh, we are not the mind. We are not the ego. This is what you're saying. We are not the individual. We are God. That's what you're saying in all totality.
No, listen to me. You bring in the term God because that's the Christian programming. I never bring the term.
We have to listen. When Christians say God, we have to be intelligent enough to know what they're talking about. Even if they don't know what they're talking about, we have to be intelligent enough to know what they're talking about.
But what I'm
saying to you, you're saying that the mind is a component within that the observer uses to actually live out whatever it wants to do. And that's what God is. God is the all. Now that I can grasp what you're saying and what you're trying to say, I can explain it better than you can. So what you're trying to say, what you say to me, let me correct now and say, yo, we are not the mind.
Let me correct you. Can I correct you real quick? Because you are...
Hold up.
Huh?
Hold up.
Okay. I'll give you that.
Okay. You're saying that we are not the mind. This is your definition of the mind. The mind uses thought to manifest energy or manifest its reality. But we are not the mind. We are the observer. What you're saying is that we are alternately the all. We are omnipotent oneness. We are everything. And that's fine. But simultaneously, we are an individual in the all. We are playing a character in a movie.
Individual
in the mind.
Nigga, you playing a character in the movie.
That we are playing simultaneously as we are truly all just connected in one. Let me finish, bro. You gonna cut me off, bro?
I'm not saying anything at all.
So no, you said something. So the mind is the collective all, and then we have the characters. It's like a movie, and every everybody's playing their character, which is the ego or the conscious mind, which you would call, what you're referencing as the mind. And this is the part that you're saying is a component of what we all are, but what we truly are is the observer, which is God, which is the all. But we're actually in a mind. Mind meaning that we come into an individuality, which is your astrological energy, which actually uses thought to manifest reality as we each individually observe our only observation through our mind, which is the character or the astrological energy, aka the ego. That's what you're saying, and I know that's what you're saying, but you're gonna make it more complex. Go ahead.
No, I'm not saying that, and I'm not making it complex. And you say some things that I could agree with.
I can't give energy to this no more. This is crazy.
No, you know,
crazy, bro.
No, I mean, I allow you to talk. I just want to show you my point. I'm not saying that you should accept what I'm saying. That's not the point. The reason why I say this is, on this journey, we all have our own inner verse. The issue with most of us as beings is we have a tendency to continuously try to look outwards. So our mission here is to journey within our inner verse. The more we journey in our inner verse, we will go meet something which is called the all, which is everybody. Just like if I would say you could be me, could be anybody. It's just one thing.
Not just say that.
That's what I'm saying. So what I'm trying to say to you, when I use the term the mind, I said the mind is a member, just like how you got an arm, you got a leg, you got toes, you got eyes. The mind is just another accessory. You got two components of the mind. You got the subconscious and you got the conscious mind. What happened is when you receive thoughts, basically what happened is the thoughts are the whatever it is, the image, because every image comes from a thought. Somebody has to create that image. So what I'm trying to say to you is basically that goes within the subconsciousness. The subconsciousness hold it. This is a process this is going through. Then the subconscious will then pass this to the conscious mind, and then as the observer, you have the ability to reject if you want. Or you could fall into that thought and it could affect you. Then it could either bring your life up or it could bring your life down. But what I'm saying to you, anything that comes from your subconscious mind to your conscious mind could be ignored. So that means if it's the mind and the mind could be ignored, what is ignoring the mind?
The observer.
Exactly. So that's what I'm trying to say to you.
And your concept of things, you're saying that would be the observer.
Yeah, and I'm saying to you, you cannot be the mind if you are the observer, because the observer has the ability to reject the mind and put the mind in its place and say, listen to me, I am not accepting this thought today. I am not going to allow you to use this thought to make me feel negative. I am not going to allow you to use this thought and bring me down. I'm going to let this thought flow in the ocean and go its way. A thought could keep coming at you. If you are strong and disciplined enough, you could ignore it till it burns out. And it won't show up again. But that don't simply mean that the mind is it. Because how can you be the mind but you reject the mind and tell the mind no? You can't tell it. That would make sense.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna break down what
you can't break it down. It's already broke the fuck down, bro.
Right? I already broke it down. What you're calling the mind is really just the individual. The individual.
No, motherfucker.
And what you're calling the observer is truly what everyone collectively calls God.
Individual is the character. This is what I'm trying to say to you. You are using character. The characters in a mind is different thing. An individual is a character. Just like when you got an individual policeman, you got an individual doctor, you got an individual lawyers. These are characters that you can allow your mind to play out this fantasy. So the mind is not an individual. The mind is just plain simple a processor. That's the only job the mind has.
No, the mind, as you're talking about it, is literally the individual who processes. That's who's processing. The individual is processing.
No.
Right?
The individual cannot exist if you're going to process it. If there's not an individual, the mind still can process. You have to basically create an individual which is given to us through subconscious programming. Then that individual, you could allow it to play out if you want to. Simply meaning that a person can get up today and go be a doctor. or they could go up and be a gangster, or they could go and be anything. But only thing that's going to play out, the mind is just going to process the emotions that's going to basically need it for that. But you can literally, as the observer, say to the mind, no. And that's a fact. Just like how you got people that go around feeling unhappy, they feel sad, they suffer from negativity, because they accept the mind to give them thoughts that they don't have to take from the mind. They could deal with the mind like a child and say, listen to me, I am not taking this thought from you today. If you treat your mind like a child, you could grow your mind into anything you want it to be. So what I'm trying to say to you, if you have a child, your child is a part of you, but you are the one that is grooming your child to become whatever you want that child to be. That's the same concept of your mind.
Okay. Here's what we believe in carbonation. What we believe in carbonation is that you are your astrological program. In your words, what you call the mind, we call the astrological program.
And I like that word you use, programming. Think about that word, programming. That means anything that is programmed can be unprogrammed. Keep going. Pardon for cutting you. I just want to show you that point. You use the word programming because I'm going to make a good point on that. Go ahead. And forgive me for interrupting because that was rude.
Your astrological programming is a cosmic programming that you inherit from your past lives. Basically, your mother and your father. That's what we believe. So, what you call a mind, we call our astrological natal chart. Now, what that means is...
That's some bullshit.
This is a way the mind uses thought. This is the mechanics of the mind. If we look into our natal charts, we can find out the mechanics of the mind. For instance, if your sun is in the 6th house, and that would entail that you were someone that was a perfectionist. If your Mercury is in a water sign, you will be more musically inclined. That's how your mind or your program was set so that you process thoughts, right? The mind processes.
Shut the fuck up with that fucking bullshit.
You process thoughts as it was programmed cosmically in your natal chart. Now, the observer is what we all truly are, which is the subconscious mind. In our understanding, the observer is God, is the I am, is everything and what connects us all and what we all are, which is oneness. We believe that you cannot separate God, the observer, from the mind. You cannot have one without the other because the one is the other. We believe that all is mental. We believe that there is no separation, and as the observer's mind, we understand that there's no separation, that the mind is the observer and the observer is the mind. There is no disconnect. That's not even a member. It is oneness. But you can only understand this in the observer's mind. And the ego, you see separation. The ego, or the mind that you are displaying, will separate things and say it is a member. This is what the ego or the mind does. The mind will say, oh, I'm you, you me, that's that, and do components. It understands the mechanics and the components of things and the individuality of things. And here in carbonation, we call that your astrological program. How you process thoughts, how you think, can easily be broken down to a science through studying natal charts. If we look at your natal charts, we will see how your mind processes thoughts. You are a mind.
That's bullshit.
Your mind.
No, I'm not.
Okay, well, we believe.
I'm not telling you. No, you're trying to tell me.
We believe that you are a mind. We believe that we are a mind. Each individual is a mind, and the all is mental. That gives us the minds individually. And these minds are used to process our personalities through as fractal versions of the all. So the all broke itself up or the observer broke itself up into many fragments of minds.
Man, if you don't
so that
shut
it can
the
experience
fuck up
itself
with this bullshit.
subjectively through each individual mind. So me and you talking to each other would be the mind or the individual minds talking to each other, but truly it's the observer acting as if it's not if it's not one entity, that it is separate. So the mind would create a barrier or an illusion as if I am not you and you are not me, and but truly only for the experience it for the observer to experience itself subjectively. That's what we believe. Now, when it comes to the program, a program meaning that it is an inherited karma from what you did in your past lives, which would be your mother and your father, through the 23 chromosomes from your mother, 23 chromosomes of your father. You inherit your mother and father's karma, and you become the outcome of your mother and father or your ancestors or your lineage. You become the inheritance or the karma of your parents or guardians. And so we say a program because of the genetic code that we receive from our mom and dad, and everything is coded. Everything is coded as far as DNA. Everything.
So is this motherfucker? I mean, let me get this shit straight. Now I'm trying to figure out what the fuck this nigga Nature Boy is saying. I see. I'm not big on astrology and metaphysics and all that crazy shit. I'm not big on none of that stuff. Never took any classes on it or nothing like that. Needless to say is that, you know what I'm saying, like, I don't believe in none of that bullshit. Now, what I can say is that the same thing is history repeating itself. What else can I say? Like, you know, if you look inside of a book or you go to any library, you know what I'm saying, will these paths trace back to something? Of course. Because history repeats itself. And guess what else repeats itself? Motherfuckers. So, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, like, do I have to relate any of this shit back to the moon and the stars and all of this other shit or whatever, whatnot? No. You know what I'm saying? You can just relate it to history repeating itself and motherfuckers repeating itself. If you look at the world, you know what I'm saying, right now today, I mean, when I say look at the world, I mean, like, really look at the world. Like, not just what's around you, not just, you know what I'm saying, what you do every day, you know what I'm saying, but look at the world. It's the same shit going on, man. It's the same shit going on. Still got presidents. Still got, you know what I'm saying, messed up people trying to run the country. You still got, you know what I'm saying, Habib and them buying up the corner stores in the hood, you know what I'm saying. You still got high price ass gas in the inner cities, you know what I'm saying, and the outside cities, you know what I'm saying. I mean, it's the same shit over. Everything go up and down, Democrat, Republican, you know what I'm saying. Like, it just goes back and forth. Everything is still, it's the same. It's just, all of it is just the same. Like, nothing has changed. I don't give a fuck. Like, when we say shit has changed, that's the shit that when I say you come outside your door and you look around, that's the only thing that's changed. When you look around and you look at shit, that's the only thing that's changed. So the shit that you see that's changing ain't shit. For real. Like, everything that you look at, everything that you fucking, like, you know, can, like, see with your eyes, you know what I'm saying, ain't really shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got a fucking Lamborghini sitting outside in your motherfucking driveway, goddammit, and I got a goddamn old ass Cutlass or some shit, bitch, if my car gets me to motherfucking work the same way your car gets you to motherfucking work, bitch, that Lamborghini ain't shit. At the end of the day, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? You spent all that motherfucking money on a motherfucking Lamborghini, motherfucker, when you could have just had X, Y, and Z. You could, I mean, you could have just had a regular ass motherfucking car, you know, kept all your motherfucking money, because after all, you know what I'm saying, you just going from how many, you ain't finna live in this motherfucker. But I mean, that's the option of people, you know what I'm saying? And what I'm trying to say about, like I said, shit changing, is the only thing that change is the perception of how a motherfucker thinks about shit, how he, you know what I'm saying, portrays shit in his motherfucking, and how his mind portrays shit and how he makes them happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the only things that changes. Life itself, you know what I'm saying, hasn't changed at all. Life itself hasn't changed at all. Birds are still birds last time I checked. Bears are still bears the last time I checked. People are still fucking people the last time I checked. So, you know what I'm saying, you tell me what has changed in your lifetime. You know, when people be talking all this shit about, oh man, you know, we evolved from this and we evolved from that. Man, listen. When is the next time we gonna evolve? Because I mean, like, as clear as my mind can tell me, you know what I'm saying, is that, like, yo, the world has been here for a very, very, very long time, and people have too. You know, I don't understand what the fuck they evolved from, and when is the next evolution going to be? You know what I'm saying? What will we be next? If that's what people are saying, like, you know, oh man, you know, like, none of this shit has changed, bro. Everything is the same. All of this shit that, you know what I'm saying, that people talking about, oh well, you can look at the stars and all this stuff. All of this shit is a taught it's a taught tool. It's a certain tool, you know what I'm saying, that people use, you know what I'm saying, like I said, to predict the inevitable. I mean, you know what I'm saying, the evident. You know what I'm saying? That's all they do. That's all you can do. It's a guess at the best. You know what I'm saying? Do some people get it, you know what I'm saying? Can you study it down to, you know what I'm saying, till you get it? Yeah, but some shit about that shit just ain't right. But like I said, it goes off of how many people believe it. That is true. Astrology books and shit like that go by how many motherfuckers believe in it. You know what I'm saying? And you got to believe in it. If once people start believing in it, then they can create a path, you know what I'm saying, that can get through to your mind to get you to understand it. It's the same way math works, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't know, before they teach you what math is, a number is just a number, and you don't even know what number it is for real until, you know what I'm saying, you find out what the fuck you going to do, what you supposed to do with them. You know what I'm saying? Just like when you say your ABCs, you don't learn your ABCs and know what the fuck the letters are. You learn your ABCs by rhythm. You know what I'm saying? You don't find out that, you know what I'm saying, you saying them by rhythm. Hell, you say them, you ask a motherfucker right now today, be like, say your ABCs, they be like, A, B, C, D. That's just off of rhythm and, you know what I'm saying, and memorizing. You know what I'm saying? You didn't know shit, you didn't know what the fuck them goddamn them letters meant. You know what I'm saying? Just like you didn't know what the fuck numbers and shit was. But see, once a motherfucker gave you a concept, you know what I'm saying, and once the concept made sense, then you began to understand, you know what I'm saying, like what the fuck the math and shit, you know what I'm saying, could do. But without that motherfucking concept, and without a motherfucker creating that concept and creating a beginning and an ending, motherfucker, you wouldn't have been able to do shit with none of that shit. So it's the same thing as when a motherfucker say, oh, well, somebody created this shit about these moons and these stars. Yeah, the moons and them stars been there for fucking ages. And they been there, and they been there, and they been there, and they been there. If they in, even if they even there, whatever the fuck it is that people looking at, even if it's there, I ain't never seen it. I don't believe in shit like that. I don't believe in shit like that for a reason, because it don't do nothing but confuse motherfuckers and make people think, you know what I'm saying, that they can predict and that they can, you know what I'm saying, like, judge what other motherfuckers do when you can't. You know what I'm saying? The only way you can predict what a motherfucker is going to do is if he's standing right there in front of you. That's the only way you can predict what a motherfucker's going to do. Other than that, you know what I'm saying, like I said, the only other way you going to predict what a motherfucker's going to do is by what a motherfucker has already done. And by already done, this means that his mind has already thought this shit, so you couldn't outthink this motherfucker even if you fucking tried to. Without the shit that he's already motherfucking done, you got to take the shit that he's already done, you got to put it with the shit that you think that he's going to motherfucking do, and then, you know what I'm saying, you can, you know, you'll have a pie to bake. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, like I said, nobody's reading nobody's motherfucking mind. You're not going to tell me what I'm thinking about. Huh? Nobody can tell somebody else what they thinking about. I can tell you what you thinking about. No, this don't mean let's go to McDonald's and, you know what I'm saying, tell me what I'm thinking about. Motherfucker, you thinking about some food. Goddamn it, you thinking about one of these goddamn fries. But guess what? Nigga gonna tell you, nah, I ain't thinking about that. Nah, I ain't thinking about that. I was thinking about, man, the 1776 when I was in my car. Like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, because you can control that shit. No matter how you look at it. And if somebody, you know what I'm saying, like, say something like, oh, you know, that hits home, you know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody say something like before you say it, that don't mean that they knew you was finna fucking say it. That just mean that they got a brain too. And they brain was fucking working just like your brain was fucking working. You know what I'm saying? You can't predict that. You can't predict that fucking that Will Smith is about to go get ice cream at 2:00 in the goddamn morning. Nobody can predict that. Nobody can predict any motherfucking thing. You just got people who make wild ass motherfucking guesses about shit. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, through shit that people have already done, and with knowledge of the shit that people have already done, you know what I'm saying? People can make some real crazy assumptions, you know what I'm saying? Believable assumptions that, you know what I'm saying, a lot of people gonna believe, you know what I'm saying? Because they don't have anything else to fucking believe. You can't believe yourself. I don't know why, and that's my problem with this motherfucker here. Is, you know what I'm saying, like, if you one of them type of motherfuckers that, you know what I'm saying, like, yo, like, you don't believe what you believe the shit that you say a little bit more than what another motherfucker is telling you, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't listen to a person tell me some shit that don't make no motherfucking sense. See, it has to make sense first. See, so you can't tell me, like, you can't go around in the book and be like, oh man, you know, see this right here, see this what it say right here. This say that we did this and did that. It say that this person did this and did that, or whatever, whatnot. You can't tell my mind that shit really happened. The reason why you can't tell my mind that shit really happened is, motherfucker, you reading it just like I can read it. And just because we both can read it, motherfucker, we have to put this shit in our minds, and we still have to play this shit out somehow in some kind of motherfucking way. Now, if I play it out in my mind the same way that I read the goddamn book, you know what I'm saying, like, that's not doing me too much good, is it? That's just like putting some shit in my goddamn mind the way somebody else fucking put it. Now, you got to take that shit that you read, motherfucker, and put it in your mind and come up with your own goddamn conclusion. That's called using your motherfucking brain, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, the only problem with that is that so many people know how to read. They know how to read so much that, you know what I'm saying, when they read shit, they think that knowing how to read means that, you know, hey, you know, I read it, I understand what they're talking about and X, Y, and Z or whatever, whatnot. Nah, man, that's not, I don't consider that reading. You know what I'm saying? I consider reading some shit from way back in the day, reading it and then relating it to what's happening now. And, like, you know, like, not comparing it, because see, that's what people like to do. They like to compare it, and you can't really compare it because it's on two different motherfucking, like, you know, two different levels. Like, it's not like the same shit. I mean, you know, it's not something that you can compare. Back then wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, it is now. So, you know, when I see history and shit, you know what I'm saying, the only person that's gonna get me to believe the history is the person that lived it. I can't go by what the books and shit say, because the books were wrote whenever the fuck a motherfucker wrote it. And we all, like I said, we all see books. When you go to the library and you see books, you know what I'm saying, you see, what do you see? You see pieces of paper with a motherfucker's name on the front. That's what you see. That's what I see. When I go to the library and I look, I see books that got pieces like motherfuckers' names on them. And the first thing that I think is, I say, this is from their perspective because they wrote it. That's the first thing I say. It's from their perspective. You can't even really gather your own perspective, you know what I'm saying, on any motherfucking thing. Because it's already put in words already, you know what I'm saying, from another motherfucker's mouth. This is why the world won't never change. This is why shit in the world ain't gonna ever change. It's because everything is already done for you. You don't get to do shit yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, it's some crazy shit. The things that people come up with in their minds to try to confuse or to try to ruse other people, you know what I'm saying, into believing, you know, some bullshit. I don't even call it brainwashed, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't even call it brainwashed, because brainwash is on a whole different level for me. Because the only way you can be brainwashed is if, you know what I'm saying, you're not using your motherfucking brain. And see, even if a person is so-called using their brain, you know what I'm saying, like, are you using it with your mouth? Like, you know, like, are you controlling it with your mouth? Because, you know, like I said, you know, you can't fucking win no goddamn battle without using your own goddamn brain. See, people like to use other motherfuckers' brains to try to win battles. They take shit from other motherfucking places and shit and read shit and they store it in their motherfucking brain, and then they go out here with other motherfuckers that got shit stored in their brain, you know what I'm saying, from what other motherfuckers said, and then they go bow 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 and they fire all this ammo at each other and shit, you know what I'm saying? But let's just be honest. None of that shit can really mean shit. None of that shit don't have to mean shit. For real, for real. But you know what won't get listened to? A motherfucker that used their goddamn brain. You know what I'm saying? A motherfucker that used their own motherfucking brain to create a visual, you know what I'm saying, story or product, you know what I'm saying, for somebody to fucking admire or look at. And they won't take that. But instead, you know what I'm saying, they'll take in a whole bunch of bullshit that he said, she said. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, you know, to be smart about things, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's one thing. Like, to be smart. Like, to read a book and, you know what I'm saying, like, be smart at knowledge and shit like that from, like I said, history and books and shit like that. Like, that's one thing. But you can't, it's like some people can't do both. You know what I'm saying? It's like some people can't do both. It's like, you know, either you smart, but you do dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? You smart or you say dumb shit. You know what I mean? You say dumb shit, but you're smart. You do dumb shit, but you're smart. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like one or the other. Like, it's like, you know, you don't have a whole, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody don't have a full balance of that type shit. So, at the end of the day, man, I am only on here. I'm only on here, man, because watching this nigga Nature Boy make my motherfucking stomach hurt. And the only way to deal with my motherfucking stomach hurting is by giving this nigga a dose of this motherfucking medicine. Old bitch ass, hoe ass nigga. I know y'all don't like a lot of the shit that I did say. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know y'all didn't like a lot of the shit that I said. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all probably didn't understand a whole lot of shit that I said. But like I said, man, I'm from the motherfucking mind, bro. I don't play all that motherfucking, you know, book shit and whatever whatnot. And I'm not offending nobody. I'm not trying to offend nobody that do. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, that's what I do. That's how I do things. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you choose to read books and whatever whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that's all. It's all for you. You know what I'm saying? That's all. What's up, bro? I ain't got no problem with that. But I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Going verse you with he said, she said shit. You know what I'm saying? If I come at you, it's gonna be strictly from my brain. You know what I'm saying? To your brain. Nothing about what nobody said. Nothing about what he said, that she said, that this about this and that about that. Unless it's about this nigga Nature Boy bitch ass. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, the he said, she said shit is the shit that confused me about this bitch ass nigga. So I'm gonna keep my fucking foot on this nigga's neck. I don't give a fuck if I don't get no viewers or no goddamn subscribers on this channel ever. I'm gonna have my foot on this nigga neck till he disappear. Yeah. Fuck that. But anyway, man, I'm gonna get the fuck off of this goddamn live, man. I'm gonna be out. Everybody be real. Thought process. Deuces.